I feel like all I've been doing is clearing my throat and my nose for like a week now.
Jeez, I've never known you to be so sick, man.
No, never. How's the Nico? How you doing?
Hello there, guys. Hope you are well. Can you guys hear me clearly?
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
good.
Nico, where are you? Have you got power there at least?
No, I'm working on my laptop's last piece of battery, so hopefully it will last for me. But that's how it started for me this Monday.
Jeez, yeah, like it's not the best way to start a Monday, Nico.
No, not at all.
But hey, if you've just joined us, this is the Coffee Chat every Monday at 1 o'clock with Dave and myself, Andrew, where it's all about property, talking about what happened last week, what's happening this week, what's happening in SAPA and TPA. I know there's quite a few deals going around. So we've got Nico, our guest speaker, just to join us for the session. He's going to talk about some deals later on.
100%.
And then, we're getting towards the end of the year, the Monday, the 29th of November. So we're almost in December. And then, Christmas is around the corner, Dave's favorite time of the year. So, Dave, I want to see that Christmas tree, eh? Nice sign of a Christmas tree there.
Yeah. I'm good, thanks. I'm perfectly happy not
What
having
else?
Christmas anything in my house.
We'll see about that, Dave. But John, let's just see who's with us there, Dave. I can see Doug. Douglas, you there? Good to see you, Doug. Just getting us up on my phone over here. We've still got 2 more weeks to this, Dave. We'll be live next Monday, and I believe the Monday after that, which is great.
Yeah, so we'll be live on the 6th and on the 13th, yeah.
Yeah. And I didn't listen last night to Cyril, but I don't think there's any major changes, is there?
No. Let me just hold on. Nico.
There's Bruce. Good to see you, Bruce Lee, and Jakul. Good to see you from Belgium. Bruce Lee, what have you been up to these days, eh? Where are you doing deals? What are you involved with? Remember, guys, if you got any questions, please fire the questions away at us. If we can answer, we will do. Good to see you there, Malcolm and Rolf and everyone else joining us for the third last coffee session of 2021, which is crazy. There's still quite a few events happening. There's events happening tomorrow night, this Saturday, I believe, in Durban. We've got our end of year, call it a premier event happening across the country in certain cities, which will be super awesome. That's for an intermediate and our pro members, just to get together, a bit of a Christmas theme, just a nice way to close off 2021. So please take your friends in. Let them know that this is the third last session. If they're interested in property, if they want to get involved, if they want to just see what we're up to, please let us know. And then, Nick, if you just want to introduce yourself and the brokerage, and once you've introduced yourself, I think, Dave, if you take us through the events, we'll see if there's any questions, and then Nick can talk about 1 or 2 deals.
Cool. Thanks, Andrew. Thanks, Dave. Yeah, so for those who don't know me, I'm Nico Plooy. I'm working with Precision Realty Brokerage as well as the Bruno Samau team. So what we do is we obviously try and put investors together with the brokerage as well as the in good deals. So we have a load of good deals that we currently have. I'm sitting with at least 6 multi-let opportunities and 2 student accommodation, 2 developments, as well as 4 angel investment opportunities that is currently very, very eager and looking for their own owners. And people has asked for deals. The deals is now here. It's some good deals. So now we just need some investors to take some action. And I think, that's where I come in. I physically have meetings with these investors and trying to understand their needs and trying to get them over the line. I think the biggest problem that we currently have at the brokerage is just people that don't take action. Who's scared to take action, actually, is one of the other things that's currently a problem. But yeah, that's what I'd like doing. That's what I do on a daily basis. We put investment opportunities and investors together.
Yeah, definitely. And so it'll be interesting to see, Nico, what everyone's doing, where they're doing it. So I can see Bruce Lee did a duplex refurb in July, and you're busy on a multi-let purchase in Kempton. Bruce Lee, if you feel up to it, share some figures. What did you pay for? What kind of return are you getting? What kind of income are you getting? And tell us what you're all interested in. Is it multi-let deals, buy-to-let? So you're looking to flip. Do you just have some cash? Do you have 50 grand, 100 grand, and you just want to invest that to get a better return on your money. Let us know what your investment strategy is. How are you looking to make money in property? Because I've met a few people recently, Nico, that are really looking for multi-lets, buying for 1.5, spending a few $100,000, and then walking away with a few $1,000 cash flow a month. But everyone's different, right? There's a few beginners who are just doing a basic buy-to-lets. So yeah, let's see what. Let us all know. Vinny, what are you up to? Clifford, I know you're into multi-lets, right? So Clifford, what have you been looking at recently? Daniel, what have you been looking at? And who else is with us? Curvis Properties. Awesome. Henry, what have you been looking at recently? Some flats. Curvis is saying, I made an offer on a 3-bed. I have 0 cash in the bank and 1 paid up flat in the portfolios. So exciting. That's awesome to hear. Cool. Keep the messages coming. Keep tagging your friends. And I'm going to ask Nico to maybe just go through what is angel investing. Nico, there's some beginners here. Maybe explain angel investing and what opportunities do you have? I mean, with the end of November, we're going into December, and everyone's going to be shutting down. So it's almost like the last time or the last week or 2 weeks for somebody to get involved. So maybe take us through some angel investing, and then we'll jump into the events for the week, and then we'll jump back to multi-lets.
Cool. Yeah, thanks, Andrew. So angel investments is for those guys who don't want to be bogged down in the actual nitty-gritties or the details of a specific opportunity. Even if it's a renovation or a multi-let, they don't want to actually go through the whole renovation process, be in charge of the management. They want to invest the funding and then get a decent return of that investment over a period of time. And these investors will then physically use this funding either to do renovation or for the acquisition costs, like your transfer costs, bond costs, and those type of things, or even your holding costs and the opportunity. So these investors will then register a higher bond on the property, and then as soon as the drawdown is taking place, then they pay back the investor. So it's fairly secure type of opportunities, especially through the brokerage, where we do a lot of checking with these investors. And you also have the right to do your own little bit of due diligence, right? But it is definitely returns on investments that you cannot get in the bank, through this network. We're talking about not even large amounts. We had 180,000 Rand value this past week that is now taken and off the books. We have a couple of 400,000 Rand values. They're starting at about 15% return on investment per annum. We have also another one for 18%, which is also per annum. Then we also have a 770,000, and some of these, they are actually willing to go in at 100,000 Rand, right? So if you say, look, I only have 100,000 Rand to invest into this opportunity, these investors are open to it to say, all right, let's take your 100,000 Rand and let me get a couple of guys and then come up with the 700 or the 400,000 that's required. So it's very easy to get involved with these ones. We put an agreement in place through the brokerage that was put together by Bruno and our attorneys. And we make sure that your money is secured through agreements.
Absolutely. And then, Nico, how does it work? Do you pay, say, 100,000 Rand down now and you get interest every month, or do you get interest over 6 months, over 12 months, over 2 years?
Yeah, so it all depends on the opportunity and what that opportunity can provide, right? Sometimes it is that they pay the interest on a monthly basis and the capital at the end. In most of these opportunities, because it is a drawdown from the bank at the end of the process, you get your return on your investment as well as your capital back at the end of the project. And like I'm saying, it's good returns, eh?
Yeah. And the returns are starting from
15%. We have a couple that is at 13%. That is all, like I'm saying, it's all depending on what the deal can provide. If the deal can't give you 15%, they can give you 13%. It's not a bad deal. You can't get this anywhere else. So it's definitely not something to just throw away.
Yeah. Well, I mean, how much are you getting in the banks these days, Nico?
Yeah, that is debatable. I don't think you're going to get 7% if you're lucky. You will probably get 8%. But that's also probably also on a very long-term, long notice type of an account, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I mean, I think that's the thing, for investors who are actively investing in property, or they maybe, I've met a few investors, Nico, that actually refinanced or took equity out of their property, like R1 million, costing them obviously prime 7%, and they've put that into angel investment deals where they're getting, say, 14%. Getting double than what they would get. So it's costing them 7%, but they're making the margin, or they're getting 18%. It just depends on the deal, like you said. It's all about the cost of the money versus the return, and you make the margin on it. So I think it's a very interesting strategy, and there's a lot of people now I'm finding people that can get access to equity that do sit in cash is to earn a much better return through angel investing with the brokerage. So Malcolm's saying between 4.5 to 6.5 in a fixed deposit, depending on the capital amount exactly. And that is where, if you're taking that money out, Malcolm, and you're saying, hey, Nico, could you invest this 500 or this 300? And you are earning 12%, 15%, 17%, your money is going to go a lot further than that. So that's angel investing. Nico, if anyone was interested and they wanted to get in touch with you, what's the best way of them getting in touch with you?
I think the best way is just to email us, right? So it would just be the info email address. So it's info@brunosamauproperty.co.za. And then we'll make sure that we get in contact and assist you as quickly as we can.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you for that, Nico. I can see Bruce Lee saying the refurb, it was rotten. He spent a lot more money. And that is still positive cash flow. Bruce, where did you find the deal? How did you get hold of the deal? Where did you get it from? Let us know.
So Andrew,
in the comments. What's that?
No, I just wanted to say, I see that who was this person here? Kobas was asking if the returns are per annum or per deal. So all of these are calculated at a percentage per annum. So it's not per deal, it's per annum.
Okay, brilliant. Yeah, absolutely. Malebo saying that I've been learning about both the flipping and buying for rental income. So, Malebo, are you looking to get into property? Are you trying to find your feet? Have you done any property courses? Have you just been reading up on the internet? Let us know, Malebo, what you've been looking for and what your biggest challenge is, and how do we help you with that? That'll be great. And then we're going to ask Dave if Dave can come back on, and he's just going to take us through what events are taking place this week. You're on mute, eh?
Yeah, sorry. Too much coughing and spluttering on my side. I keep on having to mute myself. So pretty easy week this week for the most part. Tomorrow, Andrew, you and I have our coaching and legal support webinar. That's at 6 o'clock. So for clarification, that's for intermediate professional members and for anyone who's got one of our courses at the Property Academy, like fundamentals course, you have access to that. Thursday, Drew, you're doing something with Tough. Do you want to tell us a bit about that and what the plans happening there?
Yeah, I've just received a message, Dave. I'm not sure if that's going ahead anymore. Okay. So that was in Tough at Maboneng, just Tough and Tough's clients. It's the end of year function. I was hosting the event where we just invite some of their clients and some of our clients would go. And it's just the end of year function. We're getting to the end of the year now. And it was just winding up saying thank you to all the clients. But I'm not sure that's actually going ahead now, funny enough. A few minutes ago, just before I joined, I saw a cancelled Tough meeting. So we'll see. So that might be off the cards, Dave. What?
Good. Nico's got a brokerage talk at 12 on Friday. Nico, do you want to maybe give us a rundown on what you cover on the brokerage talk?
Yeah, so because of all the deals that we currently have available, so this month is going to be only deal focused, right? So we're going to have some of the sourcing agents who's going to join me on the talk, and we just talk about what's happening in the brokerage, right? What type of deals we're coming across, what is the type of deals that we're looking for, what is investors asking for, and then we just have a nice chat. We even sometimes, dissect a deal and just go through how does the numbers come together, how do they put the renovation cost in, etc., etc. So it's just an hour of nice chat with the brokerage about investments.
100%. So that's Friday the 3rd of December from about midday onwards. Should be about an hour or so. And then last but definitely not least, it'll be our last wealth builder for the year. That'll be taking place in Durban. We've got Jade Barkhuizen as our speaker over there. So if you guys are in Durban and you want to find out about property investing, either you're starting or you're aspirational, or you've got a couple of deals and you just want to sort of see what everyone else is doing in the market, Jade will be in Durban on the 4th. I'll post a link in a second for that.
Cool. Yeah, that's a full one-day workshop, and I know Leroy had one in Joburg this past Saturday. Went really well. And Nico, you were there yourself, weren't you? What were two or three of the key things, Nico, that they go through?
So at these events, we obviously do running the numbers, which is a very big part of the day. But we also go into a little bit of structures and tax understanding. As a property investment, how would you go about buying your property investment opportunities? What is the best structures? And then on top of that, we go and visit a couple of the properties close by, right? We look at how installment sale was done, how some house of multiple occupancies look like, and we even went to visit the development and talk through some of the challenges that they experienced during a development opportunity, some lessons learned. So it's very hands-on, practical information and opportunities that we cover on these days. It's very, very informative.
Yeah. Awesome. It's the last one. I can't believe you're saying it's the last one for 2021. It's all the Durbanites and around Durban, Pietermaritzburg. Get to see Jade and the team on Saturday. What else is happening, Dave?
So that's pretty much it for this week. And then looking a little further forward, the Brokerages of Breakfast next week. And then last but not least, we got our premier events on the 15th of December. Those will be our last events for the year. At the moment, we're confirmed for Joburg, Cape Town, Bloem, and PE. We're trying to see if we can do something for Durban as well. But that's the calendar for the year.
Yeah, geez, and 2021 is behind us. Let us know what your biggest highlights of 2021 has been so far, ladies and gents, in that comment box. What would you say your biggest highlights has been? And then, Nico, why don't you take us through one of the multi-let deals, And we'll go through one or two of your deals, and then we'll pick up some of the questions. Yeah, and I can see Malebo's an accounting student, and she wants to know about how to get started in property with no capital. Sure, we'll answer that question for you towards the end. Keep the questions coming, ladies and gents. Let us know what your biggest highlight has been so far of 2021. And then, Nico, tell us more about some of the deals you've got,
Cool. Dave, do you think I can share my screen?
Yeah, you can share your screen. Just as a reminder, when Nico shares his screen, one of the ones I realized I forgot is Nico's got a buying experience on the 11th of December. So that'll be up in Joburg. Posted a link in the chat box for you guys. You can go join Nico on the buying experience. I don't know if, Nico, you know which deal you guys are going to be looking at yet. But the link is over there for you guys.
No, it's still in place. It's still being scheduled at the moment.
Awesome.
Now, those deals are really fun,
Not yet, no. There it comes.
Let's see if it comes through now.
Yeah, you're good.
All right, just give me a heads up if it's there. Okay, good stuff. Yeah, so because I'm working on a dongle without electricity, it's probably delaying a little bit. Right, so just I'm just going to focus on three of them at the moment. The first one is an angel investment opportunity that's happening in Pretoria and Garsfontein. We're looking for 400,000 Rand with a 15% return on investment per annum over a 12-month period, and they will be paying the interest and the capital at the end of the term on this opportunity. So this is very straightforward. One of the members of the brokerage as well as the network is looking for the funding on the deal. He already invested 400,000 of his own money. He is looking for another 400,000 to complete the opportunity, and then this can potentially go over to 2 other projects in the next year. Should you be interested in the same type of opportunity. Right, so then the next one, this is the multi-let that Andrew is asking for. So looking at a multi-let in Edenvale, the big town where Andrew is situated as well. You can see that this is a very nice house. The house is really in a very good condition, and therefore it's also being bought at a little bit of a higher acquisition price from that perspective. So you'll see that the numbers, we're looking at the purchase price at about 1.7 million Rand. The return on investment on this deal, however, is where we make decisions, right? We don't make decisions on gross yields, but on ROIs. And you can see this is on 24.98%. And that gives you a very good indication also that, should interest rates goes up, that this deal can still be accommodating a higher interest rate. And even if the years go on and your rental incomes go up, you will probably stay at the same type of return on investment, maybe go down slightly. But then, where you're going to get these types of return on investments as well. And then also something that's very attractive about this opportunity, if you look at the current figures, the cash funds required is very low. We're talking about 239,000 Rand worth of capital that needs to be invested, and you need to have bond affordability of 1.730 million. And, with that cash funds, and because we're buying this property already below market value, you would be able to most probably register a higher bond on this property and get all of your money back and have an infinite return on your investment for this opportunity. We were working on a 20-year period as well as a 7.25% interest rate. As you can see, we've updated to the current interest rates at the moment. And then we gave you a little bit of a breakdown as to how that 239,000 Rand was made up from acquisition costs, renovation costs, holding costs, and obviously the sourcing and brokerage fee for the person who brought the opportunity to us. So yeah, this is a fantastic opportunity. I mean, if you don't take this opportunity and you have the affordability, then I don't know what type of opportunity is going to float your boat.
Yeah, and I think, Nico, on this specific property, how many bedrooms is it, How many flats or units is it?
Yeah, so to just give you some information, the potential for this one is to also have phase 2, by the way, so you can actually add more multi-lets. But this one had like a 3-bedroom house. If you have a 2-bedroom flat, it has a bachelor flat, and I think there was another 2-bedroom flat as well. But I can give you all this information. If you're interested in, you let me know. I'll share the whole folder with you, aerial view with a breakdown of everything of how the property looks like and what it can be turned into as well.
And are they all self-contained units?
Yes, correct. So it's not HMOs, it's more multi-lets. So it will be broken up so that they each have their own little earth, they'll put in screens, etc. That's part of the renovation cost that's been put in there to just make sure it's separate.
So phase 1, we're looking about 5,000 Rand cash flow. It's about 60,000 Rand coming in every single month, which is obviously going to support your affordability for your following deal. And also find with these deals, Nico, the great thing about these deals is your resale value sticks because you have 2 exits with it, right? You can always sell to, or you can always convert it back to a normal residential house where, daughter and son move in and they rent it out to granny and gramps. Or a place like Edinburgh, there's always a high demand for rentals. So whether it's a first-time buyer or an investor, you can always resell it. And the other thing is, I assume you've taken into consideration there's a percentage for maintenance, a percentage for vacancy, a percentage for management. So somebody could go down the road of using preferential as an example and get guaranteed rents.
That's it. Yeah, it goes without saying. Any deal that goes through the brokerage, we would have taken into consideration voids. We would have taken into consideration management as well as maintenance on the opportunity as we go along. And because there's a lot of movement, I mean, the investor coming into the opportunity can always adjust it to his liking, to just make sure that he adjusts it, as he would like to run his own property investment business.
Exactly. And this specific one, Nico, Zakula's asking, is it currently tenanted? Is it vacant? What's the status of it in its current condition?
So on this property, there is a tenant or 2. Not all of the units are currently occupied, obviously with the mindset of selling it off. They didn't renew, but there is currently still tenants. The OTP is obviously still saying that it would take vacant occupation. So we never normally, in OTP require them to actually take the tenants over. If it is possible to take over a tenant, they would obviously want to reapply for this and go through the credit checks before they actually renew the OTP.
So to sum it up, what is the affordability required if we take the refurb and if we want to get a higher bond? So is it purchase 1.7 plus, but you probably want to register a bond for a higher amount, right? For like 2 million.
Correct, yes. And just something that I wanted to mention about this, because of the specific area where this property is situated, the rentals in this area for a specific earth like this one almost kind of make more sense than going into the multi-let. If you go into the multi-let, you would be able to maybe increase your cash flows per month, but you'll have more tenants. Whereby if you just rent it out to one family, you're probably going to get very similar rental incomes, which was very interesting about this specific property. You might consider doing buy-to-let as your main strategy, and then doing multi-let as a backup strategy, where normally it's the other way around.
Yeah, exactly. So it seems to be a fairly I'll never say a risk-free deal, but less risk, right? Based on 100%. Area, the type of layout it's got. Okay, so bond affordability of around the 2 million. You need a few 100,000. Remember, if you are short of some cash, you don't have all the cash, but you do have affordability, speak to Nico about raising some of the cash through the network, if that's your problem. 100%. Okay, cool, Nico. Very interesting, man. I like it.
Just the last one. I don't know if you want to say a quick word about this nice development opportunity that we're looking at. Yeah.
Yeah, geez, this is an interesting one. Eh? This is a good opportunity, Nico, for aspiring developers to actually walk the journey of a development, because within our network, there's so many individuals that want to learn, would love to get that hands-on experience from right from the beginning of a development, i.e. the existing house is still there. So seeing the house getting knocked down, going through the STP plan, going through the pre-sales, the marketing. How does the marketing work? At what stage do you take transfer? At what stage do you start building? How does pre-sales work? The difference between raise 2 and raise 3 and raise 4. How should the property be zoned? And actually walking, someone through the full journey, a 2-year journey from start to finish is priceless, because if you can walk that journey with experienced individuals, your knowledge, your experience, your confidence just shoots through the roof. So this is a deal where you get best of both worlds. You get an interest rate of 12%, which is way more than the banks, more than double than what most people get in the banks, and you get to walk the journey with the developer. This is Bryanston in Sandton, here in Johannesburg. So if you're out there and you're like, Andrew, I'd love to put 100,000 Rand or 500,000 Rand or R1,000,000 in, and you want to get the return, but you also want to learn, this is a great opportunity for you. This one, Nico, is very, very exciting. Offer's been accepted, and the deal's in the process of just raising capital for the specific deal. So anything from 100 grand upwards, eh?
Yeah, so just also, normally if you look at a development, there's always some risk factors that you think about, right? And the one thing would be that it still needs to be rezoned, and the other thing would be that you need to pay bulk contributions. This has already been taken care of, so the rezoning has been done. The sellers are paying the bulk contributions as part of the agreement on the sale of this property. So it can physically, the site development plan is already in place. So we're talking about this project's already quite far ahead, right? So all that needs to be taken is the acquisition cost and the marketing cost to be starting to put a board up, and then start doing pre-sales on this opportunity can start immediately, as soon as that the property has been acquired. So, the OTP has been signed. We're still in that process, and yeah, this is ready to go. I think it's such an exciting opportunity.
No, it is. It is. I can see a few people commenting there already about it, and there's so many people that want to get into a development, Nico. But we've seen it before, where amateurs just go buy land and they're going to build a house. They're going to build a development. They have no idea what questions to ask, what to do, how to manage a development team. How to work with the engineers, how to work with the architects, how to work with the town planners, what questions to ask. So this is just a great way of not taking on that risk, but learning over a 2-year period, which is just great. So anyone that's got 100 grand or more that wants to be involved, just contact Nico.
Please, yeah. Just I think I did put the info email address in the chat box. So it's just once again info@brunosamauproperty.co.za. If you're interested to get involved, please just shout out to us and we'll assist you as far as we can.
Excellent. Cool, man. I can see there Malebo is saying, I'm already doing the SAPN accelerated course. I want to start investing now. Malebo, fantastic. Just tell us, Malebo, what do you do again? Are you studying to be an accountant? Is that right, eh? You're lacking some startup capital. So this is where, Malebo, you need to really look at how do you broker deals? How do you find opportunities? How do you find people with capital? So if you don't have capital, that's your problem. The solution is find somebody who's got the capital. Easier said than done, but that's what our network is about. So that's you showing up at these events, coming to our premier event that is happening at the end of the month, and actually looking at all of that, at all the different events that we run to meet, not just educate, but start building your network within our network, and start finding out how to do installment sale agreements, how to structure seller financing, how to do the rent-to-rent strategy. So if you don't have the affordability and you've got no capital, you're going to have to think out the box. But if you're on the accelerator course, next step is the SA fundamental course, which is the full course of the accelerator course. And there you'll start seeing what I'm talking about. It's a great way to get started in property. Okay, cool. Sai, good to see you there. Sai Mudley, I'm seeing you tomorrow afternoon. Another development opportunity in Edenvale, which is great. So we'll go see what that is all about. Has anything else come in here that I am missing? If not, Dave, you might want to take us through just a recap of the events, and then any other questions, please ask, and then we'll start wrapping up.
Cool, 100%. I'm just going to get my view back.
I like how Andrew is saying that the premier event that's happening at the end of the month. We're talking about the 15th, aren't we?
15th.
Yeah, that's
It's good. Yeah. Okay, cool. Nice, quick lightning round. So for Brent, intermediate and professional members and anyone who has a access to a foundation or like the installment sale agreement course, you can join us on the support webinar tomorrow night. That's the coaching and legal support webinar, hosted mostly by myself and Andrew, but we'll also get guys from the Bruno Samar team to come answer your legal questions. Please make sure you submit your questions beforehand. Like we said, Nico's got brokerage talk lunchtime on Friday the 3rd of December, so that's 12 o'clock. Again, all the links are in the chat box. I'll post them again for you guys in a sec. We'll be in Durban for a wealth builder this weekend. And then on to next week, High Level Brokerage has a breakfast on the Wednesday. That's 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock on the Wednesday. And then a property buying experience from 9 until 2 on December the 11th. And then we're ending the year off with a bang with premier events in Joburg, Cape Town, Bloemfontein, PE, and hopefully Durban on the 15th of December. And I'll post a link. Remember, guys, what you can do is you can follow the link I'm about to share, and you'll be able to add all our events to your calendar. You can see them all at once, and then we can go from there. Hopefully that covers it, I think.
Yeah, cool. It does, eh? So yeah, there's a handful of events coming up, which is great. And I think more importantly, for those of you that want to get momentum for 2022, if you can get your hands on a deal on, whether it's investing some of your own cash, whether it's money you pull out of equity or cash you're sitting on, or you just want to get into a property deal. I can see Kanisa says, I'm interested in understanding how it works. Right. So I'm assuming you're talking about that graphic we showed you with the development opportunity, where you can invest some capital and you can also learn, and it's called Learn and Earn. Definitely just contact Nico and we'll see how we can get you involved. And Beanie says, just replying, thanks, fantastic, good to see you. And Beanie, hope you're all going to be busy for the next 2 weeks, because we know what happens. On the 15th, 16th of December, South Africa is going to go very quiet. We're going to go into Christmas time and nothing's going to happen. So let's rev up. Let's the next 2 weeks push, get involved in the deal. At least you start 2022 with something behind your name. So Nico, maybe just wrap up, in terms of what the opportunities you have. It seems like you have an influx of opportunities. How many angel investment opportunities do you have, starting from what point to what point, and what type of, or how many multi-let deals do you have?
Sure, so perfectly. So angel investments, we have currently got 4 opportunities. There is 1 or 2 that's still on the way that's not been finalized. We're starting, anything from 100,000 Rand upwards to 770,000 Rand is the values that we're talking about. The time frames is mostly 12 months. And they normally try and fix and complete it before the 12-month period, but they rather put a longer time frame, say 12 months. One of them is for an 18-month period, and I think that's also, just because they don't know when the refinancing process is going to be finalized, it's almost probably done much sooner than that. So yeah, at least 4 angel investment opportunities available at the moment. Then with regards to multi-let opportunities, we got 6 multi-let opportunities currently that's available in the folder, ready to be shared. And then very interesting that I'm finalizing 2 student accommodation opportunities in Durban, in an area called Glenmore. So if you are interested in that, please reach out to me. We will probably send out those adverts within the next day or so. And then, of course, we got the 2 development opportunities, one in Bryanston, and then also obviously the events which Dave has just gone through with regards to brokerage breakfasts as well as the buying experience.
Excellent. Yeah, thanks Nico for joining us. It's good to have you on the coffee chat. And I didn't realize how many opportunities are available. People often say there's no deals out there, or we can't get hold of any deals, or they're struggling. Well, there's deals on a platter. Cash flow is sitting there on a platter. I mean, Nico, if you have to combine the monthly cash flow between those deals, you're probably talking, 50 grand, 100 grand. Once you've refinanced, you've done all the different deals. There's a lot of cash sitting there, isn't there?
No, 100%. And I think people should not, if you snooze, you lose. I think the big problem here for me is that there's a lot of people that might want to take a couple of these opportunities and split the risk over various projects. And that's why these opportunities will probably go very fast. So, if this is something that you're interested in, please don't hesitate. Rather come and talk to us. Let's talk through it, answer your questions for you, and then, take the next step.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you, Nico. Hope your power comes back on there, eh?
Yeah, me too.
Hectic. Okay, lekker, man. And geez, yeah, guys, as you all know, We had the Investor of the Year 2 weeks ago. We've set the new date for May 2023. So for those of you, Clifford, doing deals now, Kurbis, Yako, Bini, all of you doing the deals now, keep May 2023 in mind for Investor of the Year happening. We're going to have different categories. We're going to change up the event. It's going to be super exciting. We've had great momentum and success. People saying it's the best Investor of the Year we had 2 weeks ago. Every year we're going to make it bigger and better. And Dave, the prize I'd love to give away, the prize I'd love to get my hands on for the next one is a free house, a free flat, a free unit. Can't promise anything, but I'm going to go big. We're going to see if we can get something big. We've got enough time on our hands. So, watch out for the space. Dave and I will be talking about it next year once we've wrapped up a few things and got in the bag, but that's a conversation for 2022. And yeah, I mean, Dave, is there anything else you can think of from your side, eh?
No, I think that covers our urgent things. I think you guys can see we're slowing down, ready for the end of the year to come. Doesn't mean that we're not out there looking for deals, trying to get things done. We're still steaming along here. The events are slowing down, but that's it.
Yeah. We're just going to close a few of these deals, get some more success under the bag. I was actually with, Emma and Tom, we entered Investor of the Year. I viewed a property on their behalf last week, Monday. I think I was telling you guys. And if we can pull that off, that's a development opportunity for them, eh? It's a few doors down from where they bought. They bought number 5, which is number 11. But the back gardens is a piece of land between the two back gardens. And we're going to try to secure that from the church. If we get that, then we basically will be building about 16 or 20 units, which for them is awesome because they're beginners. But that evidence that they took action, they jumped into TPA, they took the coaching, they took the education, and they just followed a proven system. And I know the offer will be accepted because the price has been accepted. They're just busy agreeing the terms with the executor. So there's lots of things happening, eh? It's just it's hard to stay on top of it all, but it's all exciting stuff. But I think, Dave, we will be back on Monday for the coffee chat on Monday for the next 2 Mondays, actually. So make sure you tune in next Monday at 1 o'clock. Let your friends know about it. If you have any deals, money, opportunities, questions, bring it along and we'll see how we can help you with it. Dave, what else is happening on your side?
No, that's it. I'm hopefully going to be better soon.
But
I'm in that sort of post Investor of the Year award phase, and I'm a week behind now because I was sick last week. It's just that I don't have a major event to work on, so it's good. Mostly just clearing up, getting ready to slow down for the year. Happy, man. It's all good.
Yeah, absolutely. Same here, man. Can't wait to wind down as well in a couple of weeks, but until then, it's all engines revving. Nico, I'm sure we'll speak to you later about the deals.
Perfect. Looking forward to it.
Have a great Monday and have a successful week. Get out there and go chase those goals. We'll see you all soon.
Cool. Thanks, guys.